We will learn how to create an automated project schedule with an advanced Gantt chart using Microsoft Excel. Open the based MS Excel file name activity_3.for.xlsx. It has a full-fledged answer. Go to activity_3.for sheet. You can see the sheet has basic details such as general information and the task details area. You have to develop this basic project information into a full-fledged project Gantt chart similar to the answer sheet. First, you can do the basic formatting for general information. Change font, font size, font color, bold, cells merge and center-like options. In row 7, we can add a date field. We can use the timeline starting date equal to the project start date by typing equals B3. Go to H7. We need to create the next day after the project start. We can achieve this by making a formula equals G7 plus 1. Go to H7. Drag the green box at the bottom left of the cell and populate the formula for an additional couple of cells. Rather than a full date string with months and years, we need only the date of the month. Select the cells, right-click and go to the Format Cells option. Next, go to the Number tab. Select multiple columns and adjust the width. You can drag and populate the date cells more. Please note that do not select the first date cell for that. Because it has reference to the project start date and time to time, it will automatically repeat in the date line. Select multiple columns, right-click on the column header area. Go to the column width option and provide a suitable value. In this case, we can use around to 0.5. You can drag and populate the date cells more and adjust the column width as well. You can make center all date values inside the cell. In row 8, we want to put week first letters. We can use the formula equals TXTG7 DDD inside the G8 cell. That meaning is to convert the G7 date into DDD text value. DDD means the first 3 letters of the day. However, we need only the first letter. There is no day's first letter format option. We can crop them and get the first letter by using the left formula. The final formula is equals left t xtg7 ddd 1. The last one is crop and get one letter from the left side. You can drag and populate the day letter cell till the last column. Go to cell G6. We want to put first day of the week section. Select 7 cells and merge and center them. Refer the G6 cell value from G7 date. We want to put the full date string there. Select the cells, right-click and go to the Format Cells option. Go to the Number tab. We can select different date formats from the data area. Or go to the Customs area and type DMB format. Drag and populate the date cell till the last column. Now we have a proper timeline area. Select Timeline and center all cells. Select table headers and timeline cells and put dark gray as the background color. Change font color to white for that section. We can use light gray for rows 6 and 7 in the timeline. Change the font color in that section to black as well. Select first week area G6 to M8 in the timeline. Go to the border option and select more borders. Change the border color to white, select vertical left and vertical right borders and press OK. You can repeat the customized border option to next week's area N6 to T8 in the timeline. Rather than repeating this process, we can copy and use the paste formatting option. It will copy all formatting settings here. We can go to the View tab and untick the Grid Lines option. We can add horizontal lines to clearly show the different tasks. Select the total area as this video and go to the Home tab, Borders, then More Borders. Select a mid-gray color, pick top, middle and bottom horizontal line options and press OK. Select Progress Data. Go to Conditional Formatting in the Home tab. Go to Data Bars and pick a color from the Grading Fill option. Change a percentage and observe color changes. We have to draw a Gantt chart bar based on the start and end date. How can we automate this? Select the Gantt chart area G9 to 18 for this example. Then, go to the Conditional Formatting option and click on New Rule. Select the Use a Formula to determine which cells to format option. Then, go to Format Values where this formula is true. What should be the logic? The timeline date is greater than or equal to the task start date, and the timeline date is less than or equal to the task end date. The formula is equals $7 greater than equals $D9, but it should not change to 8, 9, 10 or other rows. 7 is fixing the route. That's why we have to use $7 to fix 7. Hope you can remember his as fixed cell referencing in tutorial 2, why $D9 and $E9 use. We wanted to fix the start date and end date only in D and E columns. But the next value is in 10, 11, 12 likewise rows. Go to the Format option. Go to the Fill tab and select the livid color for that fill. Click OK. Press OK. Now, you can see Gantt chart bars correctly appear in the chart area. We want to indicate today's column. We can select all areas and go to the conditional formatting option. Click on New Rule. Select the Use a Formula to determine which cells to format option. Go to Format Values where this formula is true. This is a simple formula. The timeline date is equal to today's date. The formula for that is equals $7 equals today. TODAY function generate today's date. Similar to the previous option, we have to fix the timeline date cells into row 7 by using the $sign. Go to the Format option, go to the Border tab. Select red as the border color. Mark left and right vertical lines. Press OK. Now, you can see there are two vertical lines for today's column. Now, we have to highlight the progress in the Gantt chart area. What should be the logic? The timeline date is greater than or equal to the task start date, and the timeline date is less than or equal to the start date plus completed dates minus 1. The completed date is the duration multiplied by the progress percentage. Select the whole Gantt chart area. Go to the conditional formatting option and click on New Rule. Select the Use a Formula to determine which cells to format option. Go to Format Values where this formula is true. Our formula is equals and $7 greater than equals $D9, $7 less than equals $D9 plus $C9 asterisk $F9, 1. G7 $7 greater than equals $D9 is timeline date is greater than or equal to task start date. G7 $7 less than equals $D9 plus $C9 asterisk $F9, 1 is timeline date is less than or equal to starting date plus progress dates minus 1. Like previously, we used $7 and fixed the row for the timeline date. $D9, $C9, and $F9, we fix the columns by using the $sign. Go to the Format option. Go to the Fill tab and select the blue color for that fill. Click OK. Press OK. Now you can see Gantt chart progress bars correctly appear in the chart area. You can change the progress percentage and see automatically change the Gantt chart. Whatever the project starting day of the week, it is better to start timeline days, either Sunday or Monday. I am going to change my week starting day to Sunday for all the time. Go to G7. I can write a formula to deduct the day of the week by starting date. The formula is equals B3 weekday B3, 2. Weekday B3, 2 is how many days from Sunday. This formula calculates Sunday of the project starting week. The Gantt chart timeline must be dynamic. Better to go forward to future days as well. We can modify our timeline first date formula to add additional days based on the week number in cell B4. The current first date of the timeline function is equals B3 weekday B3, 2. We can add the number of weeks multiplied by 7 days to this. The new formula for cell G7 is equals B3 weekday B3 to plus B4 asterisk 7. Go to the File, Options, and Customize ribbon options. Tick the Developer option. Go to the Developer tab. Under Insert, select Scroll Bar. Draw a scroll bar on top of the timeline. Right-click on the scroll bar and go to the Format Control option. Change Page Change to 1 and Cell Link to Display Week, and press OK. Now, you can use the scroll bar to change timeline. We have an automated project schedule with a Gantt chart similar to the answer given. We can change project start date and display week cell borders similar to the answer as well. Change project start date, display week, durations, and progress percentage. Observe the changes. Hope you enjoy the video and learn advanced Excel functionalities.